Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. First break I've had in a couple days from a week of rainy weather. We actually had about 4 inches of rain here in Central Texas, and that was a good thing. Today I'm going to introduce the Ruger Airhawk Elite 2. It's actually made for Humorex, licensed by Ruger. It advertises that it can fire over 1,000 feet per second with alloy pellets. I did chronograph tests, and it's getting close to 1,000 with just Crossman lead pellets. When I first got it, I had problems with the scope because the rail was loose, so that wasn't a good sign. So I ended up using electrical tape to tighten this plastic part here down. Other than that, it's been a lot of fun to shoot, primarily because it has so much oomph to it. It'll knock cans over that the Daisy and the Crossman pump guns don't. It's a spring piston pellet gun where you have to break the bow. I think it takes 35 pounds of pressure. Then you put the pellet in and let her rip. Now that you have a safety here where every time it cocks, it automatically goes to a safe position, and then it's ready to fire. This is a brute. It's got to weigh over 5 pounds. It's between 5 and 8 pounds this thing weighs. It has quite a bit of recoil. Yesterday I tried to zero it. To be frank with you, I had difficulty because the scatter pattern is roughly about 1.5 inches. So it'd be like 1.5 inches triangle almost every time. It looks like they're really tight, but it's just numerous attempts that just kept overlapping. It's not going to give me a dime element. So that indicated I wasn't really going to be able to adjust much with the scope. I adjusted as much as I could. Why does this one have such a scattered pattern? Whereas with the Daisy 880, I could shoot a lot tighter pattern. So that led me to think of trying something out there. This was 3 Crossman pellets, and I aimed at the little orange dot that you put over the orange peel off dot from other targets. I only took 3 shots, and you can see they really put some oomph into it, but they didn't break. Now this up here is actually a different pellet gun. It's the Ruger Max Elite, which is a 22 caliber pellet, and it definitely puts more punch in. But that's not what we're comparing today. So I thought, I wonder what would happen if I take the Daisy and shoot a Crossman Gold Flight, which are designed for penetration. They're an alloy round, and I knew from previous tests I could get a little better speed than just your plain Daisy pellet. So I think I shot 4 rounds there, and it actually broke. This is how I'm going to run this contest. We're going to use the Crossman Gold Flight. It's an alloy. I'm going to fire from the Daisy and the Airhawk and see if one can break through this. This is an empty Coleman propane tank, because we're going to see which gun does the most damage. This is the front for the Daisy, and this is the front for the Ruger Airhawk. Both of them are undamaged in that specific area. You know what? I heard something drop. Without my glasses on, I can't see or not. It must have fallen out when I think this thing just broke. It doesn't feel right. The round keeps falling out. Last shot. I'm pretty sure this is done. I'm not even sure if it's going to stay in there. Alright, it stayed in, but that is weird. Daisy 880's up. So it takes a little longer to load. It's low and to the left a little bit, or low and to the right. Boy, got it again. Shooting low and to the right. I got 3 dents that are pretty close together. I don't think it's broke yet. We're down to the last 2. Last shot. I don't think it's going to break. Alrighty. That first shot that moved the can caused the other ones to hit a glancing blow, so it didn't penetrate. So I'm going to try to see if I can get it in here with another couple. That one might have gone through, I'm not sure. One of the disadvantages to the 880 is this little bitty chamber here. Is these kind of rounds, you really have to angle them in. Let's try 8 for the Daisy 880. That's gotta have made it through. There's the Daisy 880. This is the Ruger. See, it considerably lost speed there. It didn't even penetrate. Plastic. That's the plastic cup on the bottom. It penetrated, but then got stuck in the metal. It's a couple days after the other shooting, I decided that the problem that the gold flights, or they fit in there too loosely because they kept falling out. It was too inconsistent. I do have good chronograph tests on Crossman, just regular pellets, so I'm gonna give it a shot here to make this fair by doing another set. And I've shot at them so much, I need to use my Coleman outdoor cooker and get me another empty can. For this second shooting here, I'm using the Crossman hollow point. See, it's only about a half a centimeter long. So I'm going to try another live shoot here. This is the one I used Sunday, and actually that was the first round that went through earlier today. It came close to breaking through on the first shot. I'm going to go set this up and then we'll try another shoot. Shot 2, since shot 1 was already fired and not recorded. Through on shot number 3. Goliath is in charge. Shot 4. Shot 5. 6. Shot 7. Oh, it sounds like it didn't. When it does that, it sounds like there wasn't a round in the chamber or something. I don't know what that was, but it was a loud pop. I don't like that. Last shot. I wonder if I don't close that all the way. It seems to be a little loose. Right, here we go. Last shot. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. There's 3 in the main hole there just below the circle. There's 1 by where it says 5, and then there's 1 right above the A on Daisy. With the Ruger, you got some serious damage done on each shot. I believe there were 2 that went through the main hole there. Boy, look at that spatter pattern. It's pretty devastating. Then you got 1 break there, and then this was the last shot, and that one just pierced straight through. So that one, the Daisy was never able to do that, so that's pretty impressive. But why that one went straight through and the others didn't is probably just random. So who wins between the little Daisy 880 and the big Ruger? I tend to favor a well-placed shot over a less accurate, slightly more powerful shot. And the Ruger got 4 out of 9 shots in. The last shot pierced on 1 blow. The deciding factor for the Ruger for me was it still malfunctioned on the 8th shot. And if you look at that shot closely, the barrel, the end of the barrel actually moved a little bit. So that means that it's a little more cheaply built. So I will go with the Daisy that was much more consistent. Shot 1, Daisy 880, Crossman Gold Flight. Shot 2, Daisy 880. The Ruger Airhawk using Crossman Gold Flight.